Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that you're looking at running for president.
Do it. Do it. Look at me. Do it. I will personally write you a campaign check now on behalf of this country, which does not want you to be president, but which badly wants you to run.
I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again.
There's not going to be a President Donald Trump.
I think that man will be president of the United States right about the time that spaceships come down filled with dinosaurs and red cake.
Donald Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke.
Donald Trump will not become president.
I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president.
Donald Trump will never, ever be president.
Moderator, but apparently believes that Donald Trump is a clown.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
You're never going to be president of the United States by insulting your way to the
Let's see, I'm at 42 and you're at 30.
We have a key race alert right now. Donald Trump now has reached the number of delegates needed to clinch the Republican presidential nomination.
So right now, Mr. Trump, to answer your call for political honesty, I just want to say you're not going to be president, all right? It's been fun. It's been great. I love you. But come on, buddy.
Donald Trump, while we project, will win in Kentucky with its 8 electoral votes, in Indiana with its 11 electoral votes, West Virginia, Florida, Tennessee, Mississippi, South Carolina, Alabama, Kansas with its 6 electoral votes, Nebraska with its 5 electoral votes, and Wyoming with its 3 electoral votes, North Dakota with its 3 electoral votes, and South Dakota, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, the state of Montana, Missouri, Ohio, Idaho, North Carolina.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
Together, we will make America great again.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome into CobraCast 199. I am your host, Jeremy Prime, Mage IDOT of Unit 199. Happy to see all of you here on, what day is it? Wednesday? It's Wednesday. Yes, the second stream of the day. And we have more to talk about because, of course, we do. Everybody in the chat is happy, not because I'm here, because they can talk to each other in the chat. That's it. Lady Aaron D says, like the red hoodie. This is the Hulk Hogan edition. It's kind of got the Hulkamania style to it right there. We're thinking about bringing this one back because people said they would like to bring these back. So we're thinking about bringing those back. We shall see. Trump, please fire Bondi. Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody's going to disagree with it. That's for sure. Where's JD Advanced? Well, we did the JD Advanced earlier today. You know what I mean? Is it terrible? I mean, if you take a hint from Hogan, you know, like, because Hogan would always tear the top of his t-shirts. Not that he couldn't tear the shirt, but Hogan would always cut the top of it so that it was really easy to tear his shirt when he needed to. Because you didn't want to ever get to a point where Hogan tries to tear his shirt and then suddenly it gets hung up. So you always cut the middle right here to make the tear easy. Next episode of Breaking Guthrie. Actually, ladies and gentlemen, breaking news for Breaking Guthrie. All right. You ready for this one? You ready? We have an update. All right. We have an update. Trump is sending in the big guns. Are you ready for this? Trump is sending in the big guns.
This is a very serious situation, Mr. White. I'm well aware, and I'm the only one who can fix it.
Breaking Guthrie. Business is picking up, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how much we're going to talk about this. We will talk about it a little bit because there's been like they found a black glove or something like that. It's just it's crazy. So there's that. There's the shit going on right now in Congress. Everybody's mad at Pam Bondi, as they should be. Pam Bondi is garbage. I saw Tree Bear says the quartering blocked me for advertising his newest coffee brand coffee flavor on Twitter. Hail the 199. I'm not asking you guys to bother the quartering, okay? You can do that on your own. But I did see what you posted, Tree Bear. And hang on. Let me go find Tree Bear on Twitter. Right here it is. Coffee brand coffee, fall roast selection, Reddit forced cream pie. God dang it. I do have a video of quartering responding to me. Now, I'm not in the business of leaking DMs. Okay, I'm not here to do that, but I do have some leaked footage of the quartering being mad at me right now. This is an exclusive CobraCast right here that I'm going to show you. But this is the quartering. Whenever he messaged me today, this is him right here.
Let me say this and understand what I'm telling you. And I'm on record for this, is a no good, lousy son of a bitch. Hey. That's exactly what he is. But let me say this and understand what I'm telling you. And I'm on record for this, is a no good, lousy son of a bitch. Hey. That's exactly what he is.
Oh, fucking hell, man. Dark Red Knight says Trump got to get rid of Bondi ASAP after her insanely bad testimony today. Well, she was terrible. And it was, Thomas Massey too. So it makes me a little more sympathetic to her because Thomas Massey is the one where she looked so bad, because I think Thomas Massey is literally the worst. He might as well just be a Democrat at this point in time. But when she called him a hypocrite, it was so cringe. It was really bad. She has no presence, no aura, no nothing. She doesn't sound like she knows what she's talking about. She doesn't bring any leadership qualities. It's really cringy. Daniel Moore Businesses, I exposed you sitting with Guthrie on the subreddit. Yeah, our subreddit's been popping off. Look at that, man. We've got the JD Advanced picture right there. Jeremy, if he were a cat that ran for president. What does this even mean? Jeremy, if he were a cat that ran for president. This is my fan base right here. So this is amazing. Oh man, let's see here. Peak Reddit, yes. Let's see here. Zioni says, mass simps are some of the most obvious dim plants on the planet. They bitch Trump is not doing enough when their idol actively subverts Trump's agenda. Correct. Today, Massey, along with a few other Republicans, voted against Trump. And I mean, that's just what Massey does. Like, this isn't about one isolated incident or another. I mean, right here, man, votes against bringing the Save America Act to the House floor, votes to raise the debt ceiling under Biden, votes against a law to take down revenge porn, votes against border security funding, votes against ICE funding. I mean, this is your hero right here. Thomas Massey is a Democrat. He is a terrible person. And he actively is just constantly working against the United States of America in every way. That's who he is. And, you know, that's just how it will continue to be. I don't know if Trump can primary him or not. I know he wants to. And if he focuses it in, he probably could, but he's got too many other things going on. So, Bill Herb for 5 says Interstellar is a good movie, Tax. I can get behind that. It's a great movie, though. By the way, I saw an interview, which kind of it strengthens my point that I have been making for years because I know what the hell I'm talking about. But right here, Nolan says for years, people would recognize me somewhere and talk about The Dark Knight. But over the last 10 years, it's become Interstellar. It's a wonderful thing. We re-released it 2 years ago. It made $5 million. It's an amazing success it's had. So now he's more recognized, he says, for Interstellar than The Dark Knight, because Interstellar is, you know, my favorite movie of all time. And it has aged wonderfully. More and more people have started to realize the greatness of Interstellar. So the man himself even said it. Timothy says, Massey lied about why he voted against the SAVE Act. It doesn't remove the 24-hour rule for all bills, just a SAVE Act to put pressure on the Senate. Elite Goose says, old school intro tax. Mark of Reality says, everyone nitpicking Bondi or Bindi. She's doing exactly what Donald J. Trump wants. Everyone was crying about the Epstein files. Well, she dropped 3.5 million pages. Now go do something about it. Well, I don't like her because of the Epstein binder situation, and I just don't like how she presents herself. With that said, Mark of Reality is not wrong. It's kind of hard to call out Bondi without calling out Trump, you know? So if you have a problem with her, then ultimately your problem is with Trump. He hired her, he stands by her. That's his pick. And but it doesn't change the fact that I just don't like her. You know? I don't like her. I don't like the way she carries herself, talks, all of that, but a lot of the stuff she's done is directly under what Trump wants her to do. I don't know where you put the direct blame on that whole binder situation with the Epstein files. I mean, ultimately, when it comes down to it, the boss is the boss. But did she take it upon herself to do that with these influencers and all of that? And I don't have the answer to that. But that was a complete disaster. Steel Lake of History on 3 subs from 900. Can't thank you enough for everything. I hope you do bring the hoodie back. It's my favorite one to wear. Vindictive book, 5 book 199. Be blessed. 3 subs away. Steel Leg of History needs 3 subs. I think we can get him 3 subs. Can we get him 3 subs to hit 900? Come on, mods, drop a link in there. Let's get him those 3 subs. Let's do it. Let's do it. Teresa says, President Trump put a copyright on Make America Great Again a few years before he even ran for president. Always ahead of the curve. Trump always ahead. Bill Herb says a cream pie corn tax. BMCCB says screening X-Wings calls tax. Daniel Moore says, filter the post by newest. I'm a few of them. All right, I will check it out. I'll check that out here in a minute. Let's talk about today and what went down with the Democrats virtue signaling as they always do right here. Here we go.
Fiery hearing on Capitol Hill. Democrats tried to bait and goad DHS leadership testifying today in the week of the 2 deadly shootings in Minneapolis, but the brass kept their cool.
Will you stand with the kids who you're supposed to protect, or will you side with the killers bringing terror to our streets? Mr. Lyons, will you resign from ICE?
I'm just sick and tired of your agents running around in our cities, in our streets, causing illegal activities.
I have no respect for the inheritors of the clanhood. Think you're going to hell, Mr. Lyons?
I'm not going to end.
Of course not.
All right, so the Democrats were probably licking their chops before this hearing. Do you think they delivered?
They delivered.
The irony of a Democrat asking someone if they're going to hell. Good Lord, man. And like, they get mad at Trump when he says, I don't know if I'm going to heaven. They get mad at him for that. They get mad about every damn thing. These people are completely unhinged.
To themselves, I'm sure that they are patting themselves on the back. This was a beautiful illustration of the hysterical theatrics that the left engages in, and especially those elected officials on the left. There are people like Swalwell who can't go 1 minute without just pandering to whatever followers he thinks he has. And then you contrast that with the cool, collected professionalism of those brave men and women who are out there and up there testifying on the Hill and representing all of us. Because that's the thing. All of these gentlemen and everyone at ICE who are putting their lives on the line to enforce the laws that are in place to protect us. So what I see there, everyone in that room is supposed to be a person of service. But all I see at those hearings is those gentlemen who are actually serving the American public, and then those Democratic elected officials who are serving themselves. And I know we're going to get to potentially the body cam issues later, but I think it's telling that those Democrats who have reversed their opinions on body cam footage, like everything that they are for disappears in an instant. It is so ephemeral when they say it's essential for accountability, right up until they might show what is actually happening, because it is the truth that absolutely explodes the cheesy and horrible.
Well, the beautiful thing about all of this is that, you know, the ultimately, Democrats are going to be Democrats. They're going to continue to show you who they are. It's a matter of continuing to defeat them. And obviously, we have the midterms coming up. Trump, I'm trying to find the video, but like Trump has essentially said that he's going to go campaign mode for the midterms. I hope that happens, because Trump being in campaign mode is exactly how we win the midterms. By the way, guys, I don't think it's nice that you are objectifying a woman. Okay. I would never objectify women. I want a virtue signal right now. We should never objectify women. Please don't ever do that. Oh my gosh. Please go buy my coffee and don't objectify women. Okay.
Horrific and dangerous narratives that all of those Dems are putting forth.
Jessica, what did you learn from the hearing today?
Todd Lyons, cool cucumber, right? I mean, that's what I would expect from someone high up in law enforcement, to be able to take the incoming. And, you know, I thought that he was solid.
I personally would never, ever, you know, promise Sydney Sweeney videos for proper 199s or Anna Paulina Luna for 50 gifted memberships. I don't think that's right, because we should respect women as these perfect creatures that can drive perfectly, make great decisions under pressure, never get emotional, never. Okay? They are to be respected.
I would have liked him to have more give, almost like Tom Homan was in the press conference, the first press conference that he gave when he got to Minneapolis, when he acknowledged that mistakes had been made, and that if that hadn't been the case, then there would be no reason for there to be a change in leadership. It is quite obvious from the fact that we have 2 dead Americans and all of these terrible violations of the First and Fourth Amendments, for instance, that ICE has not been behaving perfectly, to say the least. But I think they did their job. And if we're going to pretend that it's only Democrats that grandstand at one of these hearings, no one is being honest about that. But, you know, if you want to be making the argument at this particular moment that all ICE is doing and Border Patrol is enforcing the law, and those of you who are going off and complaining about a little thing there and a little thing there, you're just totally out of step with the American public. And the issues that many of those Democratic representatives were raising are very real and personal to Americans. It's reflected in Donald Trump's approval on immigration. It's reflected in the way that people feel about ICE, that it has record high support for abolishing it. I already said the First and Fourth Amendment violations, U.S. citizens.
And this is actually disrespectful to him, so I'm going to preemptively say that. But Jessica Tarloff is basically the female Alan Combs. Oh, somebody said it in the chat too. That's exactly it. She is the female Alan Combs. However, that's so disrespectful to Alan Combs, but that is who she is.
That are being detained, having shown sometimes proof of citizenship and then sometimes not because you're not supposed to have to. Border Patrol agents pepper spraying Americans, migrant kids in that Dilley detention center. ProPublica went in there. Kids getting food with worms in it.
No, not worms.
Are you kidding me? Also, they're being detained. It's court ordered. You can only be in there for 20
What was
days.
the First Amendment violation? I missed that.
Oh, that you can't.
You rattle all this stuff off.
It's not rattling. It's
yes,
the Constitution.
and it's like it's happening in environments that you create.
Stop it, Greg.
No, I'm not going to stop.
Well, anyway, my time is up, so you go.
All right.
But
None of the people at that hearing deserve.
She's so mad. Okay.
Wait, my time is up, so you go.
All right.
All she is a Fox News punching bag. That's all she is. I'll be honest, she probably gets paid good because that's all she is. She's just a Fox News punching bag, and it's freaking hilarious.
But
None of the
I don't
people
like
at that hearing deserve any credibility because do you know who put the people, the non-violent, hardworking illegals in jeopardy? Those people. They forced the government to lump the hardworking, law-abiding illegals in with the very worst because they wouldn't cooperate in order to get rid of the very worst. So you have these environments where, quote, the First Amendment, the Fourth Amendment work.
Do you guys remember this? Her reaction right there. All right.
But I don't.
Hang on. Her reaction right here.
Stop it, Greg.
No, I'm not going to stop.
Well, anyway, my time is up, so you go.
All right.
All right. So this reminded me of a truly great moment in television history. Okay. Someone that has made an appearance on Friday Night Tights, fairly controversial appearance, but but this is a long time ago. And many of you have not seen what I'm about to show you, but it is absolutely phenomenal. Gavin McInnes just absolutely destroys this feminist right here on Fox News. Watching him show her for what it's so good. This is one of the greatest moments ever. This is a long clip, but trust me, it is amazing. It's so good.
Find out that she took money from Saudi Arabia and other countries that treat women horribly. Here now with reaction. Author of The Death of Cool, Gavin McInnes, Fox News contributor. Tamara is back. There's a part of me that says, oh, I love Hillary. I love Hillary. Oh, yes, we can. Obama. There's like liberals are sort of like zombies. They repeat what they hear, and they know. Why did they say they'll vote for somebody and know nothing about the candidate? That infuriates me because they can cancel out my vote.
Why do you actually believe the Washington Free Banana Peel, whatever group that did this search on Hillary Clinton?
It's actually true.
No, it's not true. It's a far-right group that took the data and manipulated it to support their position.
By the way, Obama does the same thing and pays less.
Is this where you guys now get your information? Washington Free Beacon or whatever? They're the ones, anything that's reported Hillary Clinton did this, did that. There's absolutely no evidence of this, and it's just not true.
It actually is true.
No, it's not. Washington Free Banana Peel is not a legitimate
organization. The
organization.
Washington Free Beacon, which is a legitimate newspaper. Yes.
Look, there's different ways to look at the data, but the big picture here is women do earn less in America because they choose to. They would rather go to their daughter's piano recital than stay all night at work working on a proposal.
What?
So they end up earning less. They're less ambitious, and I think this is sort of God's way. This is nature's way of saying women should be at home with the kids. They're happier there.
I hope that your viewers do not take you, sir, seriously.
There's a great book you should read. It's called Why Men Earn More, and it's all about women choosing to put family over work, and that's why they earn less.
Having a choice does not mean that you're less ambitious, and your comments are absolutely deplorable. Sean, I would like
less ambitious in the workforce.
I would like you to adjust it. You're a father. You have a daughter.
If you were a real feminist, you would support housewives and see them as the heroes and women who work wasting their time.
You said that women are less ambitious.
Women are less ambitious.
You have also said that women are better suited in the home.
Yes,
You've
that's
also said that, let's see, that women are emotional and women shouldn't run for public.
She's literally emotional right now. This gets so much better. All right. It's so good. Like she's like complaining about women being emotional while she's emotional.
Also said that women are better suited in the home.
Yes,
You've
that's a
also
fact.
said that, let's see, that women are emotional and women shouldn't run for public office. All of these things that just
I never
are
said women
absolutely-
shouldn't run for public
Yes,
office.
you have. You've said
If we're
that
talking
before.
about 50% of the population, generally out of this 250 million people or 150 million people, most women are happier at home. They are pretending that they like working, and they're not making money because they don't stay all night at the office. They don't go the extra mile.
Why
They
am
don't
I
work
sitting
all
here?
weekend.
I'm
You're making a
sitting here-
mistake. You would be much happier at home with a husband and children.
Oh boy. Oh
I mean,
boy.
I'm literally
You just
shaking.
said you're single. You don't have a boyfriend. You're what?
That's
you're
my
celibate?
choice.
Yeah, look, you're miserable. You would be so much happier with kids around you tonight. Imagine coming home, mommy's home.
You know what,
wanna-
Gavin? You're not funny. You're not what you
Not
do
trying to
not
be
do
funny, I'm
anything.
trying to make you happy.
You do not do anything for the better. Sean, this
Yes,
isn't
I do.
funny.
Feminism has made women miserable. Women were
Wait a minute. She was just laughing. Look, that is a smile right there from her. And now she's mad because Sean is laughing. It's funny.
miserable. You would be so much happier with kids around you tonight. Imagine coming home, mommy's home.
She knows he's right.
You know what, Gavin? You're not funny. You're not what you
I'm not
do
trying to be
not do
funny. I'm
anything.
trying to make you happy.
You do not do anything for the better. Sean, this
Yes, I
isn't
do.
funny.
Feminism has made women miserable. Women were much happier when housewives were
Guess
glorified.
what? I had a choice to be married, and I chose not to. I have a choice to have kids.
Tamara, we'll give you the last word. Go ahead.
I think that your guest here is doing a disservice to all of the viewers and doing a disservice to America by saying that women, that I need to be married, that I would be happier at home.
married.
That you're what, miserably married? Just because
No, I'm
just having
ecstatic.
a
I'm
ring
trying
on.
to share my joy. You should see my little
Not
2-year-old.
everybody
He's a
has the
gift.
same life pattern as you.
I know,
Okay,
it's the fall
and not
of
everybody
us.
wants to
It's
marry
the death
somebody
of
in a
the world.
bootleg seersucker suit
the end of
and go home to that.
civilization.
I don't want to go home to that.
You don't have to go home to me. Go home to a hunk.
Jesus, this is absolutely disgusting. And Sean,
I
you
have
should
nothing to
actually
say.
speak up for the viewers today and let them know that.
Wait, so suddenly the woman that don't need no man is begging the man to speak up. You can't make this up. Gavin is sitting there saying, you would be happier if you were a housewife and you had a man at home. She says, I don't need no man. And then simultaneously turns to the man and says, Sean, you need to speak up and save me. Holy crap.
To a hunk.
Oh gosh.
Jesus, this is absolutely disgusting. And Sean,
I
you
have
should
nothing to
actually
say.
speak
You
up
do-
for the viewers today and let them know that your daughter should have a choice.
I think
course
women
she
do have
should
a choice. Absolutely, of course.
No one's saying
I agree with
women
that.
shouldn't have a
All right,
choice.
when we come back, we need your help. Our question of the day is straight ahead, and I'm sure this will continue.
McInnes is a writer with StreetCarnage.com, joins us from New York. Now, Gavin, you've written this latest article. It's called Cat Fight. So I'm going to ask you a few questions about it. This isn't the first time you've written about feminism. Let me start by asking you, because you upset a lot of feminists in this world. Why do you hate women so much?
I hate women because they're not attracted to me anymore now that I'm ugly. So I search the internet for statistics to justify some sort of attack on them because it makes me feel better about myself.
Okay, so you say feminism is dead. You've gone on in this article to say feminism can't complain about real suffering anymore, so they create straw men to rail against. What do you mean there?
Yeah.
What kind of straw men are these women creating?
Well, for example, I was defending Terry Richardson because he's a photographer who slept with this woman who was like a porn star, pinup girl, whatever. And several years later, she decided she didn't enjoy the intercourse and criticized him. I defended him saying, sorry, that's not rape. You're trivializing rape. And then I was called a rape apologist. So they take a statement like, I find women can be annoying when they're drunk. And then they change that into, Women should not be allowed in bars.
I haven't seen this, but there's about 5 more minutes left of this. But if you just want to search Gavin McInnes, Sean Hannity, there's a bunch of those clips out there. Gavin is hilarious. And that's what that moment with Jessica right here reminded me of, is that you're miserable. And you're miserable because you have allowed brainwashing to dictate to you that you need to be miserable in order to be happy. This is what feminism has done.
But none of the people at that hearing deserve any credibility, because do you know who put the people, the non-violent, hardworking illegals in jeopardy? Those people. They forced the government to lump the hardworking, law-abiding illegals in with the very worst because they wouldn't cooperate in order to get rid of the very worst. So you have these environments where, quote, the First Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, worms in the food, all these things are happening, and somehow that's ICE's fault. No, 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 no. This has always been their game plan from the start. It was never to protect the hardworking illegals, but to goad the government to target them by not giving the government the ability to focus on the worst. We started with, let's do the worst first. They said, okay, but then they didn't. They didn't cooperate. So that forced the government to widen the net. What happens when you widen the net? You have to go after the people that aren't violent. Who created that? The very same people that are calling it out.
Stephen Miller has been fantasizing about going after everybody since he was a child.
Okay. I remember there was a time when you believed in going after the worst first, and you fell for this line and sink. You did the conflation of illegal and legal. It happens. It's like all of a sudden we're back at square one. We're not taking it. We're done.
I would just say that I feel like the Democrats never.
It's like, I'll bring a sports analogy into this because I'm very good at those. And we cannot have a prevent defense right now, because this happens a lot in, football games where one team goes up by 3 touchdowns and suddenly they start, going into their prevent defense and they start not being as aggressive. We can't do that right now. We have to continue to operate like we are losing. We have to pounce and pounce and pounce. We cannot let these idiots have any oxygen to move forward. They have got to be crushed. You cannot allow them to move forward. You have got to tackle them in the backfield for a loss. You cannot allow them to do anything, because if you do, you run the risk of being upset. Simple as that. 28-3 mentality, as I've said many times.
Missed an opportunity to miss an opportunity. So they got President Trump to back down in Minneapolis. He sent Tom Homan in. They're taking agents out. They could have said, thank you, sir. That's what we demanded. Instead, they have to lie to their online base to show them that they're actually doing something. So now they're promising their base something that is not going to happen. They are saying that we will abolish ICE. That's not going to happen. President Trump is not going to allow that to happen. Besides, ICE is actually funded through 2029. You would only be taking money away from FEMA and TSA. It's like when the Republicans said that Obama would eliminate Obamacare, that he was going to sign a bill that eliminated Obamacare. That was lying to the base. And where did that get the Republicans? Nowhere good. So this is just happening again with the Democrats when they could have said, we won that one.
Somebody said that Alex Jones is on PBD tomorrow. Hopefully we get another Mario meme template. Is Alex Jones going to be on Patrick Bet David tomorrow? That'll be interesting if that's true. You're the first person that I've heard say that. So that will be interesting if that's true.
Let's move on to the next one.
You people are so dishonest. Did you see the CBS?
It is nice.
Redefining crime as nonviolent, child porn, human trafficking, trying to say that only 14% of these people are violent. The people that killed, like Ungary and Rachel Moore, and those people were nonviolent before they killed them.
Can I add one other thing? It's just like people who come here and then steal someone's identity and ruin somebody else's life for years. I mean, that's maybe a nonviolent crime, but certainly for the American that goes through it, it really sucks.
I'd rather be on the side of ICE than on that side, Jessica.
I would rather be on that side, the ICE side as well, like any other normal person would be. So, but yeah, watching the Democrats virtue signal, it's painful to say the least. Colonel Flom says, Jeremy, how do we get messages to Don Jr., Laura Trump, Barron, anyone we need to circumvent Susie Wiles, who is misguiding Trump on how to handle everything related to Epstein. I mean, I don't know if I know the narrative of Susie Wiles is like that she's misguiding Trump. I don't really know if that's the case. I mean, it could very well be the case, but I don't know that. Trump is the alpha of alphas. So Trump surrounds himself with people that he's comfortable with, that he feels confidence in. I don't know. I know that's a narrative out there, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I know that answer like a lot of people on the internet just pretend that they know that. I have no idea if she's the problem. I really don't. Let's see. Sherry Allen for 10 says, when I was married, I would have loved to stay at home mom and housewife, but it didn't work out that way. I totally understand that. I mean, the problem is just as much as, feminism has ruined things for women, feminist men have ruined things as well. You've got a lot of pathetic men out there too that don't know how to be men. So, that's part of it. Daniel Moore, I got that one. Rye the guy says Tarlov doesn't understand what the word illegal means. Maybe everyone in the chat should send her a dictionary with the word illegal highlighted. It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter. Shorty Short says Bondi and her burn book of insults got smacked today. She looked bad for sure, which I already had low expectations for her, so it's not like I was expecting a whole lot from her, but she ended up looking pretty bad. Mark of Reality says, OMG, women are emotional? Shocker, I know, right? Miss SPJ says, thank you, I needed that. You are welcome. Phil says, that was worth it. Thank you. BFSD says, my dog is gone. We had to take her to put her down today. She's a pit bull, age 9. Her name is Dixie. She was really sick. I'm in the grieving process now. Man, I'm so sorry to hear that. There's never any words that are going to, make up for that pain. We know dogs are, family. So really, really sorry. R.I.P. Dixie. So sad indeed. I know that feeling, brother. I know that feeling. Mary Berry for 20 says, I appreciate you reporting on breaking news of the day. However, please take a moment to remember the news that broke America's heart. Never forget 9/11/2001, 9/10/2025. A shout out to my husband, John. Hail the 199. Absolutely 100%. It is kind of insane that it happened on September the 10th. It really, really is. It's still hard to believe. Shout out to your husband, John. But yeah, like, it's crazy. The day before 9/11. And I keep seeing I'll see videos of Charlie Kirk, and it's still like, I don't think I've even fully processed, that. So, it's just wild to say the least. But thank you so much. I appreciate it, Mary. Mark of Reality says the labor force participation rate is the best it's been in 60 years. 300,000 new blue collar apprenticeships have been registered. We're doing well, folks. But the news is all about goofy, emotional stuff. Well, I mean, and that's overall, like, okay, eliminate Bondi from the equation. I don't like Bondi. I don't like her for various amount of reasons. With that said, I have tried to battle back against the narrative that there's these overwhelming problems, because like I said, if we're calling it like it is, that narrative that's out there that Susie Wiles is a problem or whatever, I think if you're actually paying attention, like, things are going very well for Trump and his administration. He's getting a lot done. A lot is happening. The main things that are happening that are negative are being blocked by liberal judges anyway. But overall, they're doing a very good job. Now, we can nitpick and say this, that, or the other, but objectively, things are going very well. And if that's the case, is Susie Wiles going to get credit for it going well? No, Trump will. So if we're going to blame Susie Wiles for anything bad happening with Trump, then you're going to have to give her credit when everything is good with Trump. which I reject that completely. It goes back to the Christopher Nolan argument when people said, people are trying to say, oh, it must be the studio getting involved as to why he's got this DEI casting going on the Odyssey. No. We don't get to change the goalpost now. It's his fault. Just like he gets all the credit for all the good stuff he does. Now suddenly there's some bad stuff and people are like, it might be the studio. No. It's not the studio. It's him. So leadership means you get way too much credit for the good things and way too much credit for the bad things. That's the price of leadership. End of discussion. So, I just don't know this about the Susie Wiles stuff. I just think that's a narrative that some people are running with because it's an easy, low-hanging fruit. Again, it could be true, but I'm just not going to pretend that I have the answer like a lot of people. How the fuck do people know she's a problem? Where are they getting this information from? Like when the people that say she's a problem, how do they know that? Where does that information come and what is it based on? And I bet they can't give you an answer. So, Not says, I found the forced cream pie blend to be a bit dark for my taste. I prefer the lighter cream pie surprise roast. Colonel Flum says that prevent defense equals bitch mode and guaranteed loss. Little Jim's Halo says there's a video of a woman crying, holding her friend's baby. These feminists have destroyed what was celebrated throughout history. Cowboy says, I feel like I've been watching you all day and I love it. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Rinser says, why can't Don Jr. or Eric reach out to Trump? I mean, they can. I'm sure they do. I'm sure they have many conversations with him. Lovecraft Arms says, I'm still pissed at Gavin for putting Gary's channel at risk by pulling his baby, you-know-what, live out on FNT. Did he ever apologize? I mean, I don't know. I can't speak to that. I mean, but it is what it is. Luckily, it was too small for the YouTube censors to key in on. As a matter of fact, I've got something I wanted to pull up with. First of all, I'm not going to pretend to understand the entire story. Okay, here's what I'll say. There is this channel called Comics Explained. All right, and he's apparently caught up in some stuff right now. Comics Explained is a huge YouTube channel. He's got like almost 3 million subscribers. Huge creator, and another creator apparently called him out. And people that followed his channel called him out because he follows Gary and the Drinker on social media. Yeah. This guy right here called him. He basically says Comics Explained is following white supremacists. This guy right here in the video. He calls Gary and Drinker white supremacists, and he says Comics Explained is done because he follows white supremacists. So then you had a lot of people, a lot of his followers demanding that he denounce Gary and Drinker. Okay. So Gary was apparently asked about it on a live stream the other day. And I think this is the timestamp right here.
I bring this up is not because another YouTuber said they don't like me. I don't care. I think there's another lesson to be learned in this. So Comics Explain, and I don't know all the lore on this one. Comics Explained, big comic book YouTuber, loves comic books, knows a lot about comic books. I think he's done a lot to get people to read comic books. Got no problem with it, dude. Whatever. I don't care what he says about me. Felt the need to justify why he gives good reasons, right? Like common sense, good reasons why he has to explain to members of the audience why he follows me and Will, right? Critical Drinker. And I guess they called him, they were calling him a coon, like
yes,
horrible shit, right?
Yeah. The guy that I just showed you.
So he talks a bit about
the guy that I just showed you constantly refers to Comics Explained as that, as a coon. Over and over and over again, he calls him that.
Blue Marvel in the beginning and, black characters and Milestone. I think Milestone had something to do with this too. And he was like explaining like, hey, I'm just not into Milestone because the stories weren't that good, which fair enough. But he also talks about like Milestone was like a black comic book company run, and that's fine. That's fine. I don't have a problem with any of that. It's what he says at the end. And it's what I want to point out at the end here. Hang on. Here it is.
Can we take a minute to point out these fucking Coke bottles that Gary is wearing? Holy fuck. Like, those are some Coke bottles. Like, absolutely insane. Just wanted to point that out.
Because I think this is important. I think this part is important. So, there we go.
There are some stories that just don't resonate with me. And Milestone's one of them. It just didn't resonate with me on a personal level. And so if I were to turn around and I were to make a video on a story arc from Milestone and I don't enjoy it, then it means I either have to lie about enjoying it or I tell people the reason why I'm making it in the first place. It's a black character created by a black writer and a black artist. At that point, it becomes a political.
He's leading to something.
And the reality here is this. The videos that I make are all based on whether or not I enjoy them and my fans enjoy them. The color of your skin, regardless of what it is not going to somehow magically grant you access to my channel. That's never going to happen, right? That rule that I follow is applied universally across the board,
So he's making a lot of sense here.
I just want to point out that this is all based on him following the Critical Drinker and Gary on Twitter. This is all because he's having to respond because people are mad at him for following a couple of dudes on Twitter.
It's just like, I review stuff I like, and what I'm interested in. No problem with that. That's authenticity, right?
Regardless of your skin color and regardless of my relationship with you. For example, a buddy of mine, Victor, and Victor, if you see this, I hate to drag you in. A buddy.
He's talking about like he reviewed his friend's book, but he actually liked it and fine, but it wasn't because of his friend.
Fair enough. I go home and I read it and I fucking love it. Why? The whole story centers on a character named Apex Prime, who's basically a pastiche of Superman, essentially. But the whole story takes place because he fell in love with someone else. And that's the trouble with love. It's irrational.
He's talking about the book.
I didn't cover it because Victor was black. I didn't cover it because Victor was a friend. I covered it because the story was good. Right now, having said that, getting into the whole conversation, right?
So this is all, I think, again, I don't know all the lore of this, and I don't care to know the lore. We'll get to my point afterwards.
About one of the, people started to figure out that I follow Critical Drinker and Nerdrotic on Twitter. Yeah. I mean, if somebody tweeted out and asked that question, do you follow Nerdrotic and Critical Drinker? I would have been like, yep. Now, why do I follow them? Because when I was younger, my dad gave me a really good piece of advice, which was this. He said, if you're going to stand for something, then you need to know what the other side believes. And you need to know what the other side stands for. And you need to listen to what the other side has to say. Not because you respect them, not because you like them, but because you are not right 100% of the time. And they are not wrong 100% of the time.
Good advice from Dad. Good advice from Dad. We can discuss the side argument in a moment.
And how could you possibly know whether or not you're right if you reject any opinion other than your own? At that point, you're just confirming your own views over and over and over again, right? And so that's why I follow them. I don't like or respect Critical Drinker or Nerdrotic, and I have no problem admitting that publicly. If I happen to bump into them at a Comic-Con, they're like, oh my God, your comments explain, we're huge fans. Do you want to get a beer? I would just be like, no. And then I would leave, right? But I do listen to them because it's entirely possible that they have an opinion out there somewhere that actually changes and it gives me reason to rethink my own viewpoints. That maybe I'm not actually as right as I've been telling myself I am this entire time, right? So with all that being said, if all of that means that I'm...
Bro, like I can't imagine having an audience that you have to go this far into explaining why you follow a couple of accounts on Twitter. I'm blown away. But this is what happens when you cultivate a leftist audience.
Not black enough, then so be it. If I'm not black enough according to your standards, so be it. I can live with that because who the fuck ever said your standards matter? I'm black, and that's good enough for me. So anyway, that's my spiel. That's the explanation of what's going on here. I'll catch you all later.
Fair enough. The only thing I'd like to point out with that, Hearthstone, it's like, I don't like or respect him either. The only problem here is, for one, I wouldn't have a beer. I'm sober. But I would sit down and talk to him. Absolutely. I don't know anything about him. I don't know what side he is on. I don't know what side he speaks of. I don't know what side he speaks of. And he doesn't have to like me. I don't, based on my videos, that's fine. Feeling the need to go out and make a video because some people were questioning who you follow is something I've never, ever had to deal with.
Correct.
And I just wanted to thank you guys. I am a member of the audience. I am not above nor below. I am a fellow member of the audience. I watch a lot of YouTube just like you guys, and we probably share audience. There's probably a bunch of people here who watch Comics Explained and watch me too. And they're just watching it for whatever.
And that's the thing. Like Donnie Danko's in the chat. He said that he watches Comics Explained. I mean, the guy's got almost 3 million subscribers. So like, you know, he's got a huge audience, but he's clearly focused on a certain segment of that audience that is going to hyperfixate on, you're following Neurotic and Critical Drinker, you need to denounce them. No, he doesn't. Nobody does.
Reasons you guys are watching it or whatever reasons I watch something, but I have never, ever, ever been emailed or hit up on Twitter. Why do you follow Robert Meyer Burnett? Or it's like, I've never had to deal with shit like that.
Dude, I remember when, because for those that don't know, Robert Meyer Burnett clearly disagrees with me on politics. If you know, you know. And guess what? It's never had any impact on our friendship. Robert Meyer Burnett's a great guy. He's a lunatic when it comes to politics, but he thinks I'm a lunatic when it comes to politics. That's fine. I remember when I had Robert on my show years ago on Geeks and Gamers. This is the first time we talked. Robert does like a weekly or a daily show with John Campea, who clearly doesn't like me, but it doesn't matter. And so I remember when Robert came on my show, and again, he went into what he perceived as the enemy's den. He didn't say that, but I'm just telling you what the perception is of like an audience that supports Trump and calls out identity politics and all that. And he told me, he said, I was so pleasantly surprised by your audience. I couldn't believe how welcoming your audience was. And I know that they disagree with me. Robert is a great guy. He's a solid dude. Don't follow him for his politics, though. My audience will hate him if you're just going at it for politics. But if you're talking about entertainment, man, Robert knows his shit. The dude is a wealth of knowledge, and he's a solid guy. And that's all that matters to me.
Now, maybe I missed it, but I wouldn't feel the need to people follow people they don't necessarily agree with, because for precisely the reasons Comics Explained just gave. You want to hear the other side. And for very good reasons. I'm not right about everything. They're not wrong about everything. That's life. But looking at standing for something and sides, people love to really paint themselves as heroes. I think that's one of the biggest problems in this. They're just differences of opinion. And on the vast majority of issues, I'm sure if you sat down and talked to somebody, you could probably come to an understanding. Sure, there's some deal breakers out there, but for most things, You could probably sit down and chat. That's why I appreciate somebody like Robert Meyer Burdett,
Mhm.
who will listen and talk. And he's been to our meetups and he gets along with everybody and everybody's fine. That's what America should be. But we have a large portion of America that just thinks they are on the right side of history no matter what. And they won't even bother talking to you. You're not human enough to talk about. That is fundamentally the problem with the culture war, with what's going on in pop culture. That's why the American comic book industry is in the fucking gutter right now. It is circling the fucking drain. The Batman industry, and that's why the entertainment industry is following. And
to further the point about like what he was saying, I just want to say, like, I don't know if I have the timestamp, but I know that this guy mentioned Geeks and Gamers at some point in this video. I can't remember where, but he basically calls everybody a white supremacist, including Eric July, by the way. I hope I can find the point where he says this. Let me see if I can find it here.
He's ass. Yeah, that's my feed. That's my feed. So what you're telling me is that like, yeah, his is like, okay, comic book shit. Oh, white supremacy. Oh, comic book shit. White supremacy. That's basically what his feed is. Once again, I did a video actually talking about and breaking down some of the things that were being said, debunking a lot of things that were said that you said about like people like Neurotic and Critical Drinker. I didn't watch their videos, like not on their channels or anything. I didn't follow them. I downloaded them off of YouTube and then watched them in my own time. I don't give them I don't give them metrics. I don't give the appearance of enjoying their content. Like they get nothing from me. Like if you see me watching a nerd, even like on my,
you're literally talking about them constantly. They're getting plenty from you because you're obsessed with them.
My live streams where we've like responded to shit that like Nerdrotic and Critical Drinker and other people like them. Even in those live streams, we're not watching their video on their channel. That video has been downloaded from their channel without even clicking on the video. Thus, they get nothing from me. It seemed like a very piss poor excuse. Because honestly, I know what happened. I think now that I think about it, I think I know what video he's talking about. I think he's actually talking about the Nerds of Culture live stream. I think he tuned in for it. And I think that's where he got that other stuff from. Because he kept thinking about the Threads video, but I think he was actually thinking about the live stream. Because there I was very loud and proud about what I had to say about him. Because by that point, evidence had already mounted against him. And there was really nothing he could say to beat the charges. And that was also kind of where people were trying to defend him, say, oh, it was research. And notice how he used that very same line of thinking when he tried to defend himself for all of like,
this is all because he was following someone on Twitter. What are we talking about?
30 or 40 seconds in a 9.5-minute video. But then the other thing that came up, and this was one of the things like, this is kind of where I was defending him actually, and he just didn't realize it. I don't care if he doesn't talk about Milestone Media.
So anyway, we're going to leave it at with that part. But what Gary said, I 100% agree with what Gary said. Super thankful for an audience that doesn't do that doesn't hyperfixate on things. Because I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't give a fuck I don't give a fuck if you approve of who I follow. I don't give a fuck if you approve of who's on my streams. I don't give a fuck. Never going to happen. Don't give a shit. In fact, you know my rule. Start complaining about shit and I'll do more of it. Because that's how petty I am. And if you haven't learned how petty I am, just ask the quartering how that's going. But in all reality, it is nice to have an audience that doesn't get wrapped up into that bullshit. Obviously, having an audience to check you and call you out on your opinions or, your takes, that my audience does all day long. But going and like, I can't believe you follow this person. I can't believe you do that. That is gay as hell. And it's awesome to not have an audience that is built that way. So appreciate all of you. Hail to the chat as always. I am a petty bastard though. That is, I can't deny that. So, and I won't. I'm very petty, very much. I mean, now it's like I'm pretty sure. Like, so Alyssa Clips reached out and she wanted to see if she could clip my quartering video, and I was like, absolutely. Alyssa Clips. Many of you may not know about that channel, but Alyssa Clips. Every time she's ever wanted to clip me, she always hits me up. She doesn't need my permission at all, but every time she wants to clip me out, she's like, "Hey, do you mind if I was like, yes, you don't need to ask for my permission," but she's great. So, but yeah, so I'm sure we'll be in Kino Casino pretty soon. I'm sure that'll be popping off. That'll be good. But the bottom line on the quartering thing is, I ain't mad at you quartering. I just think you should have taken my advice. But you know who else I'm not mad at? John freaking Murdoch for $50 says Jeremy follows me on Twitter. He should question all his life decisions. Hail the 199. Hail iDots. Happy Jessica. The countdown continues. Let's freaking go. Hail to you, John. Let's see. Swirly BS for 10 says I follow Jeremy and the quartering. Oh, I can't believe you follow the quartering. How dare you follow the quartering? Thank you, Swirly BS. 1992 Space Movie for 20 says I sub to Comics Explained because I can tell from his videos that he's passionate about comics. I never cared about his politics, but the fact that he had to explain this makes me think he might be audience captured. It sounds to me like he's extremely audience captured. And again, I understand that mentality from creator's standpoint. I do get it. I get it, but I don't see how you can't overcome it, because you got the audience because they appreciate your passion and your authenticity. You can't let a few people change that. You know what I mean? You can't let that happen. I've always felt that when you have a leftist audience, or an audience that is demanding of you having the opinion they need, like I've always felt like when someone shows you that they are drawing a line in the sand on a single issue, you might as well tell them to take their bags and get the fuck out, because they're always going to be offended by something. If it's not this, it's the next thing, or it's the next thing, or it's the next thing. You can never do that. As a content creator, as a person that's followed content creators and follows them still, I was, long part of the audience, just like a lot of you just a few short years ago, and still am in many ways in a lot of channels. But I have my own creators that I follow and I watch their channels, and it's like I'm following them and supporting them because I want them to be honest. Regardless of what that honesty is, I want the honesty. May not always agree, but at least I know you're being honest. It's simple as that. Let's see. Horror Amarada says, it makes me furious when people say this shit about Gary. He's one of the kindest, most genuine people on earth. Him presiding over mine and Sheep's wedding will always be one of my fondest memories. I'll leave you to the compliments of Gary. For me, he's just a retarded piece of shit. But in all reality, yes, Gary's a great dude. He's one of my best friends on YouTube. And I'll do anything in the world for him. So except watch the shitty shows he wants us to watch for Friday Night Tights. I won't do that for him, but I'll do anything else for him. But hail to you, Horror Amarada. Appreciate you. Let's see. Indy Eye says, I follow you and Angry Joe. He's got good vids. Well, Angry Joe follows me and I follow him. I think. I haven't looked in a while. Does Angry Joe still follow me? Let's see. Yeah. He still follows me. So he still follows me. And I don't have him muted either. Because it's entertaining when he gets in my chat or gets in my mentions and starts crying. So Mark of Reality for 20 says I follow D-Day Cobra, The Quartering, and Drunk 3PO. Just saying. I got to heart that one. I can't highlight it right now. It's not showing up in my StreamYards. Phil McCracken says power tax. Thank you. CK Timmy becomes a new member. Thank you. Narco says drinker's name is William, like the prince. Bill Herb says I follow you on Twitter. Am I a racist now? Damn right you are. Madney says, I'm black from the waist down, and that's a good enough for me. Storm Shadow says, Jeremy follows John Cena on Twitter and Grindr. Fun fact, I do not follow John Cena, but John Cena follows me. I never followed him back. Hang on. I think he still follows me. Yeah, John Cena still follows me, but I don't follow him. There it is. So I ain't following him back. Fuck you, John Cena. I know you're interested in the snake pit, okay? But I don't give a damn about you, Cena. Go fuck yourself. I ain't following his ass back. The funniest story ever was, I've told this before, but this was the funniest story ever. All right? Hang on. Find it. So this was the one that made me go crazy, okay? I've told this story on Geeks and Gamers many times. All right? So, listen to this, okay? I got so excited over this shit. Sergeant Slaughter. When Sergeant Slaughter followed me, I went crazy. And I was like, this was back like fucking years ago, okay? Sergeant Slaughter follows me, all right? And I got the notification. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Sergeant Slaughter follows me. Sergeant Slaughter's been watching Geeks and Gamers, bro. Oh my God. Oh my God. What do I do? You know, like, how do I say something? Like, he clearly knows who I am. He must watch me every day. Okay. So then I go and I send him a DM. What did I send him in the DM? This is a long time ago. Sergeant Slaughter. Okay. So I DM him. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So this is March 13th, 2020. I said, seriously, thank you for the follow. G.I. Joe and I'm going to say it like a fucking loser. Seriously, thank you for the follow. G.I. Joe and WWF was my childhood. I am beyond honored to have a follow from you, sir. And I put a United States flag, okay? Sergeant Slaughter responds and says, yo, Joe. And I'm like, fuck yeah, boy. I got a yo, Joe from Sergeant Slaughter. He's a fan. All right? So I played it cool. I'm like, all right, bro, play it cool. Play it cool. Don't pretend. Play it cool. He watches you, okay? He watches you. Play this cool. Don't respond immediately. Play it cool, Jeremy. So I waited until May 9th. And I said, hi, Sergeant Slaughter. I was curious if you would be interested in doing an interview with me on my YouTube channel. We have 230,000 subs, and we average 4 million views a month. I'm a big G.I. Joe fan and an old school wrestling fan. I would like to talk to you about those two things, but you're welcome to talk about and promote anything you want. I would be honored for the opportunity, but if you decline, I will also respect that. Thank you for your time. Hashtag YoJo. He never responds. And I get worried. I'm like, oh my God, what did I do? Did I do something wrong? Did I do something wrong? What did I do? Is it because I support Trump? Is it because I talked about the live action G.I. Joe? It's because I talk about WWE in a bad way and he's still connected. What did I say something wrong? Did I blow my chance? And then I go to his YouTube channel, or I'm sorry, his Twitter account, and I realize, oh, you're not that important, Jeremy. He follows 85,000 people. He follows 85,000 fucking people. And I'm going through his timeline, and he's just like retweeting every Tom, Dick, and Harry on the fucking planet. He's retweeting people with 2 followers. They're like, thanks for the follow, Sarge. Thanks for the follow. And I'm like, he doesn't watch Geeks and Gamers. He doesn't know who I am. He didn't follow me because he's a fan. He didn't follow me because he watches my videos. He followed me because I followed him. It was a pity follow the whole time. Fuck my life. So that's my Sergeant Slaughter story. See, Kevin says he follows me too, Jeremy, in the chat. He follows every fucking body. But this is but this has happened a lot with John Cena. A lot of people have fallen for the John Cena thing. I've seen so many people do that. And they're like, John Cena follows me. John Cena follows me. John Cena follows 1 million people, bro. He follows 1 million people. You're not special, okay? You're not special. You live and learn. You live and learn. I did, though, man. I was so excited. I'm calling my family. I'm like, Mom, Dad, I know you think I'm a loser, and I know you don't understand YouTube, but Sergeant Slaughter followed your boy. Your son has made it in life. And they're like, good job, son. Good job. Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Sergeant Slaughter followed me. I had the triple T back in the 80s. You guys don't get it. And they didn't. And they still barely do. But hey. AB follows you. That's right. Antonio Brown does follow me. Jeremy still hasn't given us a wrestling stream. That is true. Major disappointment there. JMNZZ450 says, I sent Jeremy a hilarious clip about how to deal with looters. He liked it, which made me happy, but he didn't play it, which made me mad. But I didn't unfollow or block him like a whiny bitch. Instead, I gave him more money. I must be a real IDOT. This is a masterful way to get me to play that video, sir. Now I'm going to go find it, and we're going to play it. Masterful way to bully me into doing that very thing. So I am looking for it right now. Give me a minute. If I can find it. I did like it, but I don't know where exactly, how far back it goes. Can you just tag me in it again? Because I'm scrolling right now and I don't see it. Come on. Well, while I'm looking for that, I'll play this because this will make everybody happy.
I notice your kids both look retarded. They do. Your kids look like retards. How many freaking shots you giving them, you little? And they start freaking out. I go, yeah, I bet your kid was pretty smart, so you gave him all those shots, but you worship. They start crying. I go, good. A couple other guys go, hey, buddy, I'll beat your asses too. Because I'm not going to kiss your asses anymore, you little scumbags. And you just look at these people and you're just like, my God, I wish there was a country to escape to get away from them. But you know they'd come following us. We'd go build another incredible Atlantis, and they'd paratroop in to take it all over like all the people fleeing California, and they come here and they do the exact same thing. Their needles, their feces, their devil worship, their delusion, their weakness, their demonic worship. They're poison.
Oh, man. You gotta love Alex freaking Jones, man. Holy crap. That is goated stuff right there. All-time goated stuff. Here we go. I got it. All right, here we go. So it's on YouTube, so that's good. Okay. So here's what JMNZZ sent me right here, okay? How to deal with looters.
There was still some looting going on when we arrived. And when we came across soldiers, they didn't seem sure of their role.
That child don't need to be here. You know what school is? Okay, that's what he need to be doing, not following you.
We filmed these GIs after they caught a group of Iraqis stealing wood.
We try to stop them from looting, they don't understand, so we'll take their car and we'll crush it. United States Army, tankers, who?
That's what you get when you loot.
Later, the car's owner told us, "I'm a taxi driver. The car was my livelihood."
There's only one thing that I think of. There's only one thing I can think of when I see that. I as soon as I saw that tank run that car over, there's only one thing I thought of.
Get her done.
That's it, baby. It's just get her done.
Get her done.
That's the only thing I thought when I saw that. Oh, thank you, JMNZZ450. Appreciate it, man. There's Mark of Realities 20 that didn't highlight earlier. Good stuff. John freaking Murdoch says it's sad that my greatest thing in life is not my wife or kids, but to get Jeremy to wear pigtails. I don't know how to respond to that. I don't know if it's sad that that's your greatest thing or if it's sadder that I did that for money. Am I a hooker? Should I just start OnlyFans at this point in time? I might as well. I already have little respect for the masses on the internet anyway. They already think I'm a racist, a white supremacist, a sexist, a misogynist. They think I'm an insurrectionist. At this point in time, if I can get paid, why shouldn't I just jump on OnlyFans? Just saying. What do I have to lose? I don't have respect on the internet. Nobody respects me. Harry, you're a hooker. Good Lord, man. Might as well. John, as much as I got paid for that pigtail moment, gotta say, man, there may be a future on OnlyFans for me. Swanee for 20 says, does this mean that it isn't really Dan Vask asking to follow? # it's never Dan. You never know on the internet. You never know. Trans Girly for $9.99 says, my boyfriend is watching while he makes his trans girlfriend dinner. Truly a life most of your viewers dream about. I might as well start an OnlyFans at this rate. What the fuck's happening in this chat? And I already demanded that you have to send $20 or more for me to acknowledge, and I forgot about that until I read that shit out loud. Rule back on not reading your shit unless it's a minimum 20, and we're getting close to 50, okay, before I read your shit. Storm Shadow says, Jeremy follows John Campea on Twitter and Grindr. You know, I would follow John Campea if he was on Twitter, but he left Twitter. Hurt my feelings. Funny story about that, too. And this is like no bullshit. John Campea, he hates this story. I tell you right now, John Campea hates this fucking story. John Campea is one of my primary motivators to get into YouTube. The fact that John Campea has to accept that me, a toxic man baby who hates diversity in film and creates toxic fandom, the fact that I credit him for me becoming a YouTuber is probably his lowest point as a YouTuber. You know, he hates that. I'll never forget when John Campea had Christian Harloff on, and I'd kind of gone after both of those guys for various amount of reasons. But when this was a long time ago, so this is when Christian, and many of you are not going to understand this. I understand. We have a lot of people that are into politics here. We have a lot of old school G&G fans. Some of you may not know these names, and I fully I appreciate that and respect that. So I apologize for the people that have no idea what I'm talking about. These are movie commentators from the old guard before me and Gary and Drinker and Ryan and everybody came up through the ranks and all that. So Christian Harloff left Collider and went on live with John Campea. And this is when I was still focusing heavily on Geeks and Gamers main channel. I sent I want to say like a $50 super chat or whatever to John Campea on his YouTube channel as Geeks and Gamers. And I said, hey, all BS aside, congratulations to both of you guys. I love to see what you have going on or looking forward to the future. Best of luck, all this shit, whatever. You could physically tell that Campea hated to acknowledge the super chat because he fucking hates my guts. Harloff, on the other hand, was super classy, mentioned me by name and said, congratulations on all your success. Thank you, Jeremy, blah, blah, blah. Just as classy as could be. Whereas Campea looked like I do when Trans Girly sends a super chat. That's how Campea looked when I super chatted him. That's the disgust in his face. You know what I mean? And it made me very happy. Shoni, is it D Gaming says, this is basically the Imaru situation. Correct. Let's see. Mahala says, it's Alex Jones' birthday. Wish Alex Jones a happy 52nd birthday at Real Alex Jones. Any clip of that? I'm sure somebody here could find it. I'm assuming it's still on Campea's YouTube channel. This would have been around the time that Christian left Collider and did a live stream. It was a big live stream on Campea's channel too. I'm sure somebody could find that. But hopefully somebody can find it. I'll play it if somebody finds it. JMNZZ450 said, fun fact, 4 years later, he became my tank commander. And when our platoon sergeant took some mortar shrapnel to the back with when our tent got hit, that guy became a platoon sergeant. I crushed a lot of cars. Bro, that is awesome right there. That is absolutely awesome. Hail to you. Hail to you. That's great. Thank you, JMNZZ450. Lytton for 20 says, don't lie to yourself. All successful men are whores, me included. You damn right we are. You damn right we are. I agree with that. Swirly BS says, put on a skirt. Okay, well, you guys have a great day. Appreciate all of the support. We will probably be back next year at this time, and maybe Swirly BS will get the fuck out of my chat with this bullshit. So you guys have a great day. Not leaving. No, not for 50. Come on, man. Do you know how much John freaking Murdoch paid for the how much was it? I don't even remember how much it was. It was a lot. All right. I mean, I might be a whore, but I'm an expensive whore. Okay. Mark of Reality says Gary is living in his head without paying rent. Twisted Clown says I'm getting dumber watching this black fig. Sparky says this conversation makes me miss Uche. Great dude that disagreed, but he still gets along with y'all. R.I.P. Uche. R.I.P. Uche, man. It's so sad that Uche is no longer with us, man. For those that don't know, Uche Waneri, former NFL football player, was part of the Geeks and Gamers team. And Uche had no filter whatsoever. And he said the dumbest shit imaginable. And he did not care. He truly did not care. But when push comes to shove, I mean, he was a genuinely good dude. We had great conversations. There would be times where I'd have to call him up and be like, dude, chill the fuck out. Now, what I learned about Uche, and this is an interesting scenario, is he didn't respond to me talking to him in a nice, respectful way. He responded when I would cuss him out because he came from the NFL. He came from football. He was used to tough coaching. So when he was coached in a tough way, he would back down completely. But you had to come at him in a very aggressive way. And I learned that because at first it was like, Uche, hey man, can't do this. And he just wouldn't respond. And I'm like, Uche, you dumb motherfucker. The fuck is wrong? I would just cuss him out. And he'd be like, my bad, man. All good. Sorry. And I learned that. I was like, all right, I guess I'm cussing you out every time. And he always responded to it. So, but he was a good dude. Many a times I had to die. You can, like, when he died, I mean, the internet went crazy posting all of his shit that he was saying. It was bad. It was very bad. Phil says, I can't believe you follow Beardo. I hear he likes bananas the long way. Swirly BS says, tell me the number. Oh, fuck. Don't tempt me. Because do you understand what the biggest super chat I've ever gotten is, Swirly? Do you understand? Do you know what's the biggest single super chat I have ever gotten? Can anybody guess? Does anybody know? $7,000. No. It's more than 7,000. I'll tell you that much. It's more than 7. In one super chat, it's more than 7,000. You got it, Christian Rocker. Christian Rocker got the number correct. It is, where's Christian Rocker at? Christian Rocker got it correct. There it is. That's the biggest individual super chat I've ever gotten. So all I'll say is it's got to be more than that one. Yes, USD. Yes, USD. So it's got to be more than that. And I'll leave your imagination to run wild. But even still, I'm not committing to anything. Just to be clear, I'm not committing to anything. The max is 500 though. It was on Streamlabs. It was sent on Streamlabs. Swirly says, bet, dude, don't. John freaking Murdoch says, oh man, 7K. I guess I have to search more couch cushions. Shit. I missed the Uche era of G&G. He sounded like a good man. Dude, just go over to Geeks and Gamers clips and find some of those clips of Uche yelling and screaming. It was crazy stuff. My favorite one, and we're not going to do it tonight, but my favorite one was when me and him went to the Purdue game because he was he graduated from Purdue and he got us press passes. And we went to the Purdue game, and Purdue got the living hell beat out of them. And Uche was so mad, and he went on this massive rant after the game, and I recorded the whole thing, and it was so funny. It was so good. But yeah, he just talked a lot of shit. Lying Dog Face Pony Soldier says, I know my blue voter friends' news reality. They don't know mine, but they assume my reality is Fox News and ignorant tradition. They project intolerance. Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people come in here and they're like, oh, Jeremy's watching Fox News again. And it's like, again, the reason that I watch mainstream outlets is because of YouTube copyright. Certain things you have to be careful with. Classic example is I was reacting to KTLA 2 weeks ago and I got a copyright strike. KTLA. And ultimately, from what I've gathered, and I know Jay Hellstorm was doing some research on this too, the company that hit me with the strike, they essentially, what they do is they go around and they buy up viral videos. They buy viral videos and then they claim them and they strike people and they use those strikes in order to get more money out of people. That's what they do. That's their job. Their job is to find viral videos, buy those viral videos up by contacting the original creator, paying them for the rights of that viral video. And then once the viral video is going and people like me react or play for it or play it on our stream, they hit us with the intent to intimidate us to pay them to release the copyright strike. That's what these pieces of garbage do. So you have to be careful. Asmongold has said this. I even saw Hassan, who streamed on YouTube a little bit. A lot of big streamers don't stream on YouTube because of the DMCA situation. They just don't. Now, this is not a problem on Rumble. It's not a problem on Kick, and it's not a problem on Twitch. But the YouTube copyright DMCA system is horrible. It is terrible. It's an awful system. So that's why I focus on mainstream. Kind of like this one right here. Nice segue, huh? But we do need an update on Breaking Guthrie. So we haven't talked much about Breaking Guthrie tonight, but things are popping for the latest episode of Breaking Guthrie. Shout out to Ann Jeanette for this meme. But Breaking Guthrie, Season 2, Episode 5, a lot is happening. So if you go over to this right here, Fox News, the title is Things Have Gotten Weird. Oh, yes, they have.
Fox News alert, we have a glove. Investigators have just recovered a black glove from about 1.5 miles away from Nancy Guthrie's home. The New York Post caught agents pulling it out of some thicket right off the main road by Nancy's. Investigators are running tests to determine if it's tied to the crime scene. Those results could come within hours. The suspect caught on camera had a very similar black glove. There's got to be DNA on it. If this is it, the forensic...
We are legitimately in O.J. Simpson territory now. Breaking Guthrie, Season 2, Episode 5 has hit O.J. Simpson level of nonsense. What are we doing here, guys? Like, what are we doing? The writers are now just copying previous storylines from previous shows. And by the way, do you guys remember who played, was it Robert Kardashian in the O.J. Simpson made-for-television series? Do you remember who played him? Do you remember? Please, someone remind me who played him. Go ahead and say it. You know who it was? It was Ross from Friends. And Jesse Waters is an updated version of Ross from Friends, and he's talking about this situation with the glove. We live in a simulation.
Break the case wide open because whoever the kidnapper was has vanished.
There are multiple exits here. Some of them are covered by those dome traffic lights that basically keep an eye on traffic, determine whether or not the signals are working on time, and keep in line the traffic patterns. Some of them didn't. So is it possible if the suspect left via vehicle, he would not have been picked up by potentially a license plate reader or one of these cameras? The answer is yes.
Worst case scenario, we're talking about getting away with murder. A pitch dark desert is a killer's best friend. But Savannah Guthrie still believes her mother's alive. Remaining hopeful too, the FBI, leaving no stone unturned, conducting extensive searches along Tucson roads. And 2 men were seen leaving the home of Annie Guthrie and her husband Tommaso with a bag in their hand. We don't know if they're removing evidence or these are security agents taking personal items back to the family. The family got out of Dodge because the neighborhood's crawling with reporters and police. One of the individuals had gloves on and was sifting through Annie's mailbox. The daughter's neighborhood has been
This is insane that we have this much attention focused in on this thing, on this area. We have this much going on, and we have no answers whatsoever. Again, Breaking Guthrie. Fantastic writing this season, I must say.
major focus. Reports suggest that investigators were looking for something that was either hidden or discarded. Also of interest, doorbell camera footage. What did the neighbors' cameras see that night? Could the kidnapper be a neighbor? Can't rule anything out. Ever since Cash released video of the suspect, law enforcement has received over 4,000 tips. The director says they're closing in.
We have made substantial progress in these last 36, 48 hours thanks to the technical capabilities of the FBI and our partnerships. And I do believe we are looking at people who, as we say, are persons of interest.
There are multiple people of interest in this case, and they're definitely local.
Law enforcement has told me they are operating under the theory that this person lives in the Tucson television area, and that's why they've had so much contact with the local television stations there.
After the SWAT and bomb squads went out last night, we thought we had him, but it was a false alarm. They picked up a delivery guy named Carlos after the FBI used cell phone and traffic data to track him down. That's according to ABC. And then his mother-in-law answered the door.
They came out telling us that they had somebody gave a tip that the lady was in my house. I don't know her name. ¿Cómo se llama? That we don't know. We don't know her. I don't know who she is. I don't know anything about her. I have nothing to hide. There's nobody in my house, and I don't know what's going on.
The feds interviewed Carlos, cleared him, but took his phone. Later on, he talked to Fox.
Do you think you might have delivered a package to Nancy Guthrie's house?
I don't know.
That is so fucking funny how he said that.
And he talked to Fox.
Do you think you might have delivered a package to Nancy Guthrie's house?
I don't know.
Oh man,
might have been a possibility. I don't know.
Did they indicate that you might have been on her property? You're not sure.
Nah, they just came up. They until right now, all I know is that they show my in-law a picture of somebody wearing a mask or something, and they supposedly look like my eyes.
The FBI must have subpoenaed Amazon for drivers who delivered to Nancy's house and are running down the drivers that fit the description of the guy in the ski mask.
I'm telling you right now, I know who did it. Tuco Salamanca did it.
I'm just saying, they got to know that they're working for you. Like, they don't already know that? Are you saying that they're stupid? Nah, I'm just saying. Okay, so you're not saying that they're stupid. So I don't understand. Are you saying that I'm stupid? Is that it? Is that what you're doing?
Tight. Oh, man.
Investigators have to chase down every lead. They can't dismiss a tip, even if it sounds ludicrous. And things have gotten weird. Listen.
We got kind of a bizarre letter, an email from somebody who says they know who the kidnapper is and that they have tried reaching Savannah's sister, Annie, and Savannah's brother to no avail. And they said they want 1 Bitcoin sent to a Bitcoin address that we have confirmed is active. It's a real Bitcoin address. As they put it, time is more than relevant. Whoever sent this, and they actually give a name and an email address.
You got to take it seriously. It could be legit. But if this guy really had the goods, he could have just gone straight to the FBI and collected the $50,000 reward. 1 Bitcoin's trading at 66,000. It's not much of a difference. Harvey's been acting as a conduit, so you got to put it on air. But opportunists and copycats are coming out of the woodwork. We had that one phony just indicted for writing a fake ransom note. But this does beg the question, were any of the ransom notes real? Harvey says something's off.
The thought.
And do you want me to throw a big time spin into this one, everybody? Do you want me to throw a major plot twist into this season's Breaking Guthrie? Does anyone find it coincidental with all of this stuff happening right now? People calling in with demanding Bitcoin because they have further information. Magically, a black glove appears out of nowhere. Guess who arrived in the United States late last night? None other than Benjamin Netflix Yahoo. Just saying. Netflix Yahoo shows up, and all of a sudden things get a lot stranger. Just saying.
That went into this letter doesn't match the thought of somebody coming up fully disguised, knowing that they don't want to be seen, and not even thinking, gee, people have these cameras on their door. You know, you don't have to even have cased her door or property to just make an assumption that she may well have a camera like that.
The guy caught on the doorbell cam doesn't seem sophisticated. He grabbed sagebrush to cover the lens and carried his handgun like an amateur. Maybe he was just the muscle and was working for somebody else. We do know his backpack was packed to the brim. Do you show up to a burglary with a full bag? Usually not. This guy could have been a solo act, or he could have been cleanup. Tarps and restraints could have been in that bag.
The equipment that he's carrying, the backpack, I think the backpack's carrying duffel bags. It looks like something soft in there and consistent.
I think a message has been sent to every criminal out there that law enforcement has no fucking clue what they're doing in Arizona. Holy shit, man. I mean, this is a disaster. This is an absolute train wreck. I can't believe that we are, like, I know I've been memeing on this for a long, since the story dropped, I've been memeing on this, but like, this is absolutely embarrassing. This is absolutely embarrassing that this thing has played out this terribly. There is no good optics around this. None of this is good. This is downright scary. If I lived in that area, I would be terrified right now. I would be absolutely terrified. I would be getting a top of the line security system. I would make sure that I had plenty of 2A protection, and I'd probably have a damn badass dog as well, because holy shit, man, this is absolutely unbelievable.
Not lumpy. So, it could be that they're duffel bags or bags that would be taken into the house to carry things away.
Another image released by the FBI shows the suspect in the doorway without the backpack and without the gun. Where'd they go? This is obviously taken from another point in time. Could the FBI have more video that it's holding back? Because we were told there were multiple cameras around the house. Do they have the side door cam? And what about the garage door?
Jeremy, were you a theater kid? No, I actually liked women. So I was not a theater kid. I was not gay.
Are they still recovering footage from the cloud or waiting to use it to tickle the wire? It'd be interesting to see footage of Tommaso dropping his mother-in-law off. It was 9:48 when systems flagged the garage door opening. We're a week and a half into this, and the Guthrie family is adding resources. They've reportedly hired a private investigator. And at this point, anybody can help. And we hope and pray they do.
What a embarrassment, to say the least. So, yeah, I don't know, man. We shall see. Yeah, liked, meaning now I'm married and you're not allowed to look at other women or do anything like that now, unless you get super chats. Unless you get super chats. The rule is, and I didn't make up this rule, okay? But married men cannot look at other attractive women unless they get super chats or gifted memberships. Those are the rules. I didn't make up the rule, but those are the rules. If you get a proper 199 or if you get 50 gifted memberships, you get to look at boobs and booty. Those are the rules. It's a loophole, guys, okay? It's a loophole. Your wife or girlfriend cannot argue that, all right? They cannot argue that. So you're welcome. You're welcome. All of the bros out there, you're welcome. Okay? Loophole indeed. Ministry of Wrong Thing says, has John Cena apologized to China for following D-Day Cobra yet? Let's see. Storm Shadow says the Jeremy battle is a McMahon type creation. D-Day and the quartering grifting off each other to get super chats and rumble rants to save their dying channels. Vault 199 Gaming says Jeremy follows me, confirmed. We got Marksman says for 20 says this is my neighborhood. When I heard the helicopter go overhead, I knew something was up. We don't get helicopters or airplanes over the foothills unless there's an issue. My guess is it's a local psycho. Well, I hope. Well, I'm pretty sure we know you're taken care of. You know, you got things on lockdown, but that is pretty crazy. That you're in this direct area. I mean, I don't want to get into too many details, but like I'm curious how close to the area you are. Because and how is it chaotic in the whole area, or is it specific to like right there in front of the house? Interesting. John freaking Murdoch says, wait a minute. It just hit me. You wore a skirt and let's see, the going price is $7,000 or more for a repeat. Huh? Maybe for Independence Day. Hold on. I did not. I have never worn a skirt and I never committed to wearing one now. I said that the biggest super chat that I've ever received was 10,000. And I didn't specify of what that was for. Now, Netflix Yahoo sends me a $7,000 super chat every month. That's neither here nor there. But the most I said when Swirly BS brought this garbage that I have not agreed to, by the way, I said it would at least have to be more than the biggest super chat I've ever gotten. All right. But at this point, no, I have not. And I certainly don't plan on ever doing that. Dude, listen. We need to talk about retirement level money for me to do some bullshit like that, okay? Like, do you understand? If somebody pays me $10,001, that will not make up for the loss in respect that I'm going to have to carry for the rest of my internet career. I will lose far more than 10,000 if I put a fucking skirt on. More like 10K. Nah, you're too expensive. Britton says, kilts exist. Just saying, don't blow my cover. All right. I already have now I've got to expose my cover. All right. This is my plan. And I'm just telling you, you cannot penalize me for admitting the truth. Okay. I'm admitting it. Okay. This will be how I spin this one. Okay. This is how I spin it.
But he is an unpredictable man. I like the look of this. There he is. Roddy Piper. There's the Rowdy
Hot rod, baby.
Roddy Piper live here.
That's how I'm going to spin this one. Boom. The grifter always wins, baby. All right. The grifter always wins. So I see Mrs. Swirly says skirt tax. Hail to you, Swirly, Mrs. Swirly. Holy crap, man. I miss Roddy Piper, dude. What a freaking legend. One of the all-time greats right there. Amazing. Marksman says it's a clown show by the sheriff. Hopefully he will be voted out. The psycho wouldn't have made it to close to my front door undetected. Guess that's why he targeted a helpless old woman. I'm 5 minutes away from that area. Oh man, 5 minutes away from that. Yeah. And your theory is probably the most sound and logical and grounded theory about this, is that this person truly did potentially just target an old elderly woman who had a significant family that had money. That does make a lot of sense. So John Murdoch says that you're a former retailer from LA who wears kilts. Honestly, not the worst description of me, if I'm going to be honest. Not the worst description of me. I've heard far worse descriptions of me when people are like, who is this guy that runs Geeks and Gamers? Whew. This would be nowhere near the terrible ways that people have described me. So, by the way, I got to give. I've seen a few people bring this up in the chat, and I have to mention it. This is absolutely horrific news. But James Vanderbeek dead at 48 years old. 48 years old, man. Dealing with cancer. I mean, this is after losing Brad Arnold. He was 47. And this type of stuff hits home for me because, I mean, that's right there. I'm in my mid 40s, man. This shit's like scary as hell, man. So really, really, really awful. Both of these guys in the past week passing away in their late 40s from cancer. Yeah, I mean, because what was it like back in like March 2025? James Vanderbeek, he had uploaded a video talking about his battle with cancer, and yeah, man, it's just awful. Getting older sucks, man. It does. I still, it's weird because I don't know if I don't know, man. It's like I don't know if I'm feeling the old age or not because I don't feel that I don't feel old. I don't feel like I'm in my mid 40s at all. I don't operate like I am. But I don't know if I'm just oblivious. Maybe I am feeling it. I don't know, but I still feel great. But yeah, this is terrible, man. And I've dealt with the C word before with melanoma. It's scary. It's obviously nothing like what he's dealing with or dealt with, but rest in peace to him. And it's just truly awful stuff, man. Seemed like a good dude too. You take a lot of steps per day, Jeremy, so that's good. I do. I've fallen off a little bit. I got to get back on that. But at one point, I was running like 15,000 steps a day. I've fallen off. I'm down to like 8,000. I got to get back up. I got to get back up to about 12 to 15,000 steps a day. But yeah, this is a big wake up call for many people. So, but it's also just sad. I think he had 6 kids. Let me see. I think he had 6 kids. James Vanderbeek. Let's see. Let's see if he had. I think it was 6 kids. Right here. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Wow. That's super sad, man. That is absolutely sad, but left a legacy behind. So, very beautiful family. Truly, truly horrible, man. Truly horrible. I hope that those kids grow up knowing how good of a guy their dad was, and he accomplished a lot. And I want to watch Varsity Blues. I never watched Dawson's Creek, but I remember him from like Varsity Blues and other movies. If you've never seen Varsity Blues, phenomenal movie. Phenomenal movie. I love that movie so much. So that would be my recommendation if you've never seen it. But yeah, it's very, very good. Jeremy, the clip of Campia you requested was found? Really? Laughing Man? Did you find that? Hang on. Did you send it to me? Laughing Man? I don't see where you sent it to me. Not me. Oh, somebody else? Did somebody else send it to me? And look at my requests and see. Let's see. Nope. I'll accept that though, so I can see. This is why like Twitter annoys me. This is why I was hoping the Reddit would be easier for people to give me this information so I could see. What are you guys doing to me? What the hell are you guys doing to me on Reddit? What the fuck is this shit? I don't even know what's going on here. But if you found it, either put it on Reddit, CobraCast Reddit, or you can send it to me on Twitter DMs. So, but yeah, before we wrap up on the James Vanderbeek stuff, just awful that he's no longer with us. But what a great family it appears that he has, and I hope nothing but the best for them. And yeah, man. So prayers up indeed. Awful. Narco says, let's see, you can't go below zero respect. This is true, unfortunately. Aaron Alexander says, fun fact, I met John Campea down at a Publix a few weeks ago, not saying which one, shook the man's hand and said, how you doing, sir? And that was it. I met him too. I met him at Star Wars Celebration in 2015. 2017. I met John Campea, at Star Wars Celebration in 2017. I introduced myself. And to be fair, I mean, I was just a person meeting him. I didn't have a YouTube channel or anything like that, really. And I told him that he would know my name in a few years. I said, you'll know my name in a few years, and I'm going to tell you how wrong you are about the prequels. And he laughed about it. And it was a decent interaction or whatever. But I did. I said, you'll know John Cena. Fuck. I'm thinking John Campea because I'm looking for that. John Cena. My bad. You met John Cena? John Cena? Now, meeting John Cena is a much bigger deal than John Campea. Holy shit. Yeah, fuck John Campea. You met John Cena? How did that one go? Did you speak in a foreign language to him? No, that's cool. I mean, I tend to not, like, if I see like anybody out, which I don't see them a lot, but like I don't really interact with people. I get it though. If you see somebody like that, you'd want to at least shake their hand or whatever. So, let me see. Joseph says, I saw a post on Booker T saying he dismissed the criticism about Bad Bunny performance in Super Bowl and said it was great, and wrestling fans just agree. Yeah, Booker T, gonna be Booker T, I guess. So, Pitt says Sergeant Slaughter simp tax. Ted says best ex follow was Rodney Anonymous of Dead Milkman. Packy Proton says oddly Scarlett Johansson follows me on Twitter. Congrats. You sure it's her? BFSD says I think of Mr. Bean when I see that. Cookie says how come you don't like Cena? Oh, and I had I had fun watching wrestling with you guys on Locals. Too bad WWE sucks. Yeah, I mean, John Cena to me, John Cena comes off as a very fake individual. I don't like him as a wrestler first and foremost, but I can separate the art from the artist because I do like CM Punk as a wrestler and I hate Phil Brooks as a person. So me not liking somebody as a wrestler doesn't mean I would, but John Cena does come off as a very fake person. He comes off as somebody that is overly worried about his image, kind of like Dwayne The Rock Johnson is. Dwayne Johnson comes off as a very fake person who his primary focus is people need to think I'm a good guy. And that's how I feel about John Cena as well. Daniel Moore Businesses, open the subreddit Fig. I did. There's a lot of people that were posting. Southeastern Kaiju says, Defiant 199 super chat, do not read. Gerald Armstrong says, remember when the chat tripped Campea into saying bad words? I have no recollection of that. And I appreciate if you guys just stop talking about that. We don't like to meme on people for stuff like that.
All right. Smelly Negro. I love that name. Which hockey movie chant, I swallow knickers come? No idea.
Yeah, I really appreciate if you guys just didn't bring that up. It's really not nice to make fun of people having tough moments and things like that. So yeah, I really would appreciate it. Here it is. Okay. Holy shit. You found it. Who found this? Dinus. Thank you. Here it is right here. Holy crap. This is from 6 years ago. 6 years ago.
All right. Geeks and Gamers writes in. For all my joking, I'm legitimately happy to see Campy and Harloff together again. Good luck, Jeremy. Well, thank you for that. That's
I
very
think
nice.
that was nice of him, and I got to tell you, because a lot of times, and because I know that he's Jeremy.
Campy is not happy at all. Campy is like, no, thank you.
And I think that for Jeremy,
thank you for that. That's
I
very
think that
nice.
was nice of him, and I got to tell you, because a lot of times, and because I know that Jeremy has both been a critic of mine and a fan of mine, and I think that for the fact that I think that was very nice that he wrote that in there too. And thank you, man, and congratulations on the subscribers. I think that's really awesome.
Jack Dries writes.
Campy move up. Boy, he moved past that shit quick. So funny, man. I was genuinely being like, congratulations to these guys. Like, I meant every word of what I was saying right there. Campia was very shocked that I was there.
And Harloff together again. Good luck, Jeremy. Well, thank you for that. That's
I
very
think
nice.
that was nice of him, and I got to tell you, because a lot of times, and because I know that Jeremy has both been a critic of mine and a fan of mine, and I think that for the fact that I think that was very nice that he wrote that in there too. And thank you, man, and congratulations on the subscribers. I think that's really awesome.
Jack Dries writes.
Thank you guys for finding that. That's fucking cool, man. I do like Christian Harloff. I watch his channel as well. I still watch Campia occasionally, not as much as I used to. But Christian Harloff's channel has actually done very well. His individual channel, he's been crushing it over there. I don't think me and Christian would get along. Like, not from a content creation standpoint. We have vastly different views. And I've had some massive criticism of him on certain ways he's handled things over the years, but his channel's doing very good, and I think that's really cool of him. So for him. But yeah, thank you. I knew you guys would find that shit, man. That's amazing. So DJ Too Fresh says, Jeremy, why are you surprised that he hates you? We all hate you. First of all, I am not surprised that Campia hates me. Campia hates Trump supporters, and he loves Disney Star Wars. Of course he hates me. Gilkman says, much love, keep being amazing. Thanks for everything. Hail to you, brother. Hot dude looking for Jeremy for $1. Cappuccino says, I miss when Geeks and Gamers posted 10 Last Jedi videos a day, when Jeremy wasn't the person I would click off faster than the quartering scrolled off porn on X. Daniel Moore says, just emailed and DM'd the on X the Guthrie meme. Ryan is right, says, Jeremy, I'm sorry, but comparing the situation to Breaking Bad is just wrong. Clearly, Nancy Guthrie is lost in the upside down. You had me in the first half. I'm not gonna lie. Because you had me in the first half. I did not know you were going there with that shit, and it's so funny. Because it's probably the most realistic take we've heard yet. I thought you were gonna be like, Jeremy, I'm sorry, man. Comparing this situation to Breaking Bad is messed up. This is a mother, a grandmother. She's lost, and you're being heartless. You're like, no, she's probably upside down. It's like, damn, got me on that one. Packy Protest says, how about putting on an Elmo suit and running a marathon? We know who you are. Or we know you are. So much. How much? So how much? That sounds like a nightmare. I might rather put on a fucking skirt. John Wayne says, I'm never bothered to remember that TMZ dude's name, but doesn't he look like he guzzles a shit ton of Ozempic and cum? Narco says, fine, $2 for the AOC glass cutters. Loophole. Nice try. Cookie says, how come you don't like Cena? Oh, I read that one. That's right. Got that one. Miniature Vault says, yo, that black and white freeze frame looks sus AF. John freaking Murdoch got that one. Taker says, look up Bleacher Report fans struggling. You'll see a man who looks like a heavy Eric July dressed as a Mario trying to dunk on a trampoline. That sounds pretty awesome, actually. Packet Protest says, don't look behind you, as CobraCast does not seem to like the women loophole rule. Daniel Moore Businesses, do you see them, Nancy? Do you see the children? Raven says, hello, degenerates and gamers. Jeremy here with another video. And today, I'm still gay. Lovecraft Arms says, I'm still pissed at Gavin. Oh, I got that one. Lying Dogface says, the elephant in the room is the deep state. Trump and MAGA are eating the elephant one bite at a time. Hail the 199. Ted says, you guys are degenerate figs and we adore you for it. Keep grinding. Hail the cringe. Hail the embarrassment. Hail the 199. Happy Jessica. Look at there. Happy Jessica. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We are at the end of the road. Still, I can't let go. What song is that from? Come on, you guys know that one. That's Boys to Men. Everybody knows that. But yeah, all right, Reddit. You guys want me to go to Reddit? Let's see what's going on Reddit. Refresh. What the fuck is this shit? What is this shit? Oh no. Oh no. What is this? Hopefully this will happen soon. Oh man, leaked gameplay of the trans girly, the super chatter and Wolverine. Oh no, I'm scared to. Uh-oh, hang on. Spoiler. Hang on, Hailstorm. Well, I don't know what the hell you've done here. Hang on. Let me go to it. Hang on. Oh, why did that? Okay, here we go. Here we go. There we go. Trump walking around MegaCon with an IDOT hat and a 199 shirt. All right, that's pretty good. Now, here's my question, because this is what I don't understand about Reddit. It keeps giving me this right here to approve and this to remove. Do I have to approve it in order for people to see it? Like, why do I have to manually approve every post? Because I see that right there. I don't understand why I have that. Like, if you can post, why do I need to approve it if you can post? That's what I don't understand. Let's see, under the Jean Grey post. Oh God. Don't finish without it. I don't see it. Oh no. I'm scrolling, man. I don't see it. Oh, okay. That's not going to get me hit, but I don't want to have that on the screen for long. So, it's just an easy way to remove them. Is that what that is? So, but it's so weird because, like, if I hit that, it goes approved and then it shows that I approved it. You know what I mean? I have no idea what the hell this is. I have no idea. Beardo's candle. Yes. So anyway, you guys are having fun over there, and it's an easy way for me to find a lot of the stuff that you guys are posting. So thank you guys for being over there. Let's see, before you leave, search Kylan Moon. You'll laugh. Look at the comment and it's the trans one. I searched. I don't want to scroll this on screen. So hang on. Coffee brand coffee, use code cream pie. I was just trying to help, man. All right, I'm scrolling now. I'm still not seeing it, man. I don't know if I have to go and improve it or what, but I'm not seeing it. By the way, Draken put this right here. I actually love this. I might run with this as a Tuesday night's main event logo. That's a really good logo. If you can send that to me in a PNG form, I actually might use that. That's really good. I like that a lot, James. So that's pretty cool. So thank you for that. That's really good. There's also a Geeks and Gamers subreddit that I don't run, but it's been there forever. And the Geeks and Gamers subreddit has a lot of people over there as well. So I think I'm in that one. But the Geeks and Gamers subreddit does pretty good. Here's the Geeks and Gamers one right here. 13,000 weekly visitors, 600 weekly contributors. So that's really good. So, dude, have you seen this, by the way? Jessica sent this to me. What the hell, dude? Are you kidding me? Look at it. It's insane. Bro, I need this. I need this. Holy crap. Well, whatever for 20 on Rumble says Jeremy hates Rumble tax. That's a good tax right there. That's insane. Patrick Bateman. It does look like Patrick Bateman, doesn't it? There's a Joker one too? Holy crap. This is crazy. That's insane. What the hell, man? Oh my gosh. Somebody that's, you know, one of my favorite movies of all time is The Dark Knight, and I love the Dark Knight trilogy. Bale is my Batman. So this is phenomenal. Holy crap. Insane. This would win bragging rights. Yeah, there's the Joker one. I haven't seen the Joker one yet, but that is crazy awesome. Wow. Well, let's see what's going on with that. Let's see. Never mind. It's further down with the same image. Okay, got you. You Just Mad says, I'm going to get a life-size big booty Latina action figure for personal reasons. I respect that. I respect that. John over on Rumble says, come on, you two folks. It only costs $1 to get 200 characters to troll Jeremy with over here. You can say words I'm not going to repeat or whatever you want in the chat too. Hail to the Rumble chat. All right, guys, that's it. I think they're live, still playing games over on Geeks and Gamers Play. They're probably going to be wrapping it up pretty soon. But are they still live right now? Let's see. They are still live.
Wars. He just lets it fly.
As he should.
Base Wizard with the 2 says, my dad is a long-haired version of Stone Cold. What? Yeah, he is. Frank the Tank with the 7 months says, Meek, my X33 CD collection arrived.
All right, so they're reading super chats right now. So if you guys want to go over there, I will raid them if you're looking for a place to hang out. So you can go over there, hang out with the crew. Really appreciate you guys supporting those streams. Thank you so much. Where are we at? If I can find it. There it is. So I'll send you guys over there if you're interested. I really appreciate the love and support as always. So you guys have a good night. We'll be back tomorrow for more CobraCast. There'll be a lot more to talk about with Breaking Guthrie Season 2, Episode 6 tomorrow. Looking forward to it. So have a good night. We'll talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.